Hello everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and this is one that's in my small craft journal. No surprises there. I do have other journals, honestly, and I'm just adding some collage paper onto the background to get started. So if you follow me regularly on YouTube, you will know that a while ago I shared something about one of my children who identifies as non-binary and the journey for us as a family that has been, and for them too. And the video that I shared with this on it created a bit of a stir because somebody left quite a negative comment on there. And really, whilst it did upset me a little bit, but actually, I was more disappointed really that someone felt it was necessary to say something like that. So this page was a direct response to that comment from the person. Now, what I will say is that you guys who follow me regularly and watch my videos are fantastic. The support that came from all of you was out of this world and blew me away. And the words that I've used on this journal page are one that someone who follows me regularly actually said in one of their comments. So I really do want to thank you for that, because you have no idea how much it means really to have that wonderful support. It is quite scary putting yourself out there and sharing your art, and then sort of starting to give a little bit of yourself as well. So I do really appreciate those lovely comments of support that came from almost all of you guys out there who watch. So a big thank you. As I said, this page was a direct response to that, and somebody actually used the words which I think they were quoting from someone else. We're all just walking each other home, and it really struck a chord. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to journal about that, because that is so true. We are, and I guess as human beings, we can be prone to being very judgmental and leaping to conclusions about things when we don't always know the full story. And, I think because of our experience as a family, it's made us more open minded. And I'm not so quick to judge. I think it's something that I maybe was a bit prone to in the past, and I am less that way now. And that surely is only a good thing. So, everything happens for a reason. And like I said in that first video, we only want to be there and be supportive for our child who is identifying as non-binary, whatever that means, for them, for the future, for us as a family. So this page is really all about that we're all just walking each other home. So I found two Dina Wakley chipboard figures, painted them white just to brighten them up a bit, and used one of her Asemic writing stamps on there too, just to add a little bit of text, because as you know, I love to use text. You can see that in the background I've got that other text collage paper which is peeping through. The rainbow colours that I used were ruby, tangelo, lemon lime, turquoise, blackberry and magenta. And then the black is just a black, I think it's a black paint that I've just painted that kind of path idea. So here I'm just adding those two figures, stapling them together with a heart in the middle, because that kind of represents the fact that we are there to support each other. We should be there to support each other. Holding each other's hand when it's necessary, because we all have good days and bad days. And we just need to be there for each other, really. So I've used some double-sided tape to stick those people down. The figures. Oh dear me. Right, so I've left this bit in for you to see. Sometimes I edit these bits out because I just think you don't need to see all the faffing around that goes on. But actually, I think this might help some of you to see that my journal pages don't always come together easily. So I've used the white Signo Uniball to outline my path, and then I'm going in with my writing, which I'm thinking, that's great. And I'm just going to write the words, "We are just walking each other home," on my path that I've drawn. And then I get so far along and start to realise that it's not going to fit. I haven't got enough space. And then I'm like, what on earth am I going to do here? So I start thinking, okay, I'll go up at the top, I can do this. Oh, no, I can't. So out comes the baby wipe while it's still wet. One of the joys of acrylic paint, if it's dry, is that you can rub mistakes off it. So gave it a dry, outlined the path again, and went in again using a smaller font this time, so not capitals, trying to squish my letters up a bit more. And guess what? The same thing happens again. I'm like, oh no. So then I thought, okay, I'll write other at the top and home underneath. That'll look all right. Oh no, it didn't. I really didn't like it. I was like, oh, for goodness sake, this is just not working. So out came the baby wipe again. But now you can see that it's leaving more traces of the white behind. So gave it a dry, reapplied some black paint over the path. And this is why I love acrylic paint so very much, because you can just get rid of mistakes and start again, and like nobody ever knew. If I had edited this bit out, you would have had no idea that I'd gone through all these stages of trying to fit my writing on my page and working out. And this is how pages evolve sometimes. Like you'll do something and you'll think, I don't like that. So then I decided I wasn't going to write on the path at all. I was going to write in the space around it. And this worked much better. So I could fit part of the words of the writing at the top and the rest at the bottom. Hurrah, it's all sorted. And then that left me with the space on the path where I needed to do something else. So here I'm just using my signature dots to kind of blend and soften those edges of the path. As you know, I like to use these a lot. I also added some white dots on there too, because then that kind of worked with the white of the figures and the white lines outlining the path as well. So spent quite a while doing those. Then I've got these Tim Holtz, I think they're called Noteworthy text stamps, and so I've used those with some white ink and just stamped some of those words onto the path that kind of rang true. So live your story. What was another one that I used? Can't remember. I have to wait till I stamp it on. You do you. Yeah. Be fearless. All these things that just felt right with what this page was about, what it was in response to. This is one of the reasons why I art journal, because it is so good for journaling out stuff like this that gets in your head. So here I'm adding in some neon dots using a Molotow marker. This is in a neon pink. I just felt that needed a little bit of an accent of colour in there. Yeah, and then I used my Signo Uniball in white to add a kind of white drop shadow to my letters, which kind of pulls them forwards a little bit and helps them to be a bit more of a focal point on the page. So the reason that is because the white works with all the other little white accents that are on the page as well. And then once that was done, I did some asemic writing down the edge of my path, which was me just journaling out a few thoughts, not in a way that was legible, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed watching this page. I hope I haven't rambled on too much. Really just trying to sort of help you understand, A, how this page evolved, and B, why art journaling is just absolutely the best thing for journaling out stuff that gets stuck in your brain. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I really hope to see you again soon.